All right, so today is November 1st, 2021. Day trading recap. I think I'm gonna stop for today actually. Um, I had a plan to take some trades in certain directions, and some worked really well. And one, I've taken how many trades today? Um, I'll put on the screen here. So this was my plan. This is what I wanted to do. Um, and some worked really well, some were just nah. I only took trades on Upstart, AFRM, and PTON. Um, and I think one of the things that I will probably talk about here is um, my my just my overall impressions on trading, and also how how one sort of, I don't know. I think there's been a lot of reflection over the weekend. Um, the, there's been so much reflection on so many things, and right now today was really good in terms of really working on those thoughts and some of those ideas. Um, one of which being sort of having FOMO, or having or not really sort of being confident in oneself. I had a really bad Friday. I don't think I posted the recap, and I don't know if I did a recap, but I haven't been posting my recaps. But anyway, I had a bad Friday. Not very bad, but it was bad. In fact, I'll talk about Friday first, then we'll talk about today. Um, but what before we do that, I'm just kind of marking these levels just to have a good sense of what's going on. All right, so Friday, I traded. What did I trade? I traded Zoom, and I traded um, Lucid. So on Friday, what I did with Zoom was this. Um, oh, nice, double bottom. I bought this candle. I had this wedge, so I bought this candle at the open, and then bought this. And I think I got out. I can't remember why, but I got out when we retraced, and I bought again. And this kind of shows that I wasn't really sure what the hell I was doing. The idea really was based on the fact that we're in a sort of bear trend, and I'm looking at it now. It looks even obvious what's going on, but at the time wasn't clear. We're in a bear trend. As you can see, we're bouncing off the 2060. The 2060 is the 20 bar moving average on the 60-minute chart, and so I went long, put a stop here, and I held onto this contract. Then it retraced, and I was still holding onto it. I got out around here, even though I got long here, got out here, so lost about $170. And a lot of it had to do with, even though I was saying, oh, should I put my stop here or here, really, either would have been fine. As you can see, we held the stop and we made the third push, and then we retraced back. But I think what was really poor about this particular setup, even though both trades would have been fine long, the first trade being here was stop here, and the second one being here was stop there. You would ask, why did I get out? What was the problem? What was I scared of? And it all had to do with the second trade, Lucid, which got me emotional and made me just annoyed on the day. Oh, I actually traded Upstart. Now look into that too. So Lucid, I caught out of FOMO. I bought some contracts up here. So this rise meant that you'd have a second leg up, and this was a second leg, but I bought some contracts on the close of this 5 minute bar. Or no, yeah, and this bar at the moment was just a doji, I believe. I went all the way up, came down, went back. It was really, I can't remember exactly. Actually, let's look at the 1 minute chart so we know what was going on back then. I know it was a very volatile, I believe it was a very volatile move. So this is where that bar started, and then it started to rise, and we had some dojis. In the end, I kept on adding and that was where things got bad. My first entry had a really good stop here. Then I kept on adding and just disregarded my stop because, in my head I was thinking, oh, we're going higher. This is a breakout, so we're going to keep going higher, and that was the problem. I was trading with what I wanted to see. I wasn't trading what was actually going on in the chart. And so because of that, I made some really poor decisions, and then I think I was up about $500. Said to myself, take the 500 and go, or take half position. I remember saying at the time, I'm too highly leveraged. I need to get out of this trade. Then I saw we had formed a wedge, and I think at this point I was still in denial. Where it came back, and started to lose money. I think around here. Oh yeah, as you can see, I even have markers maybe on the 2-minute charts to see what was going on, whether we were going to reverse. I saw 2 big red bars, on the 2-minute, and decided, okay, I need to get out, and lost $1,000, and that just ruined the entire day. Later on, I came back and took a long on upstart, which was a better trade, even though I didn't make any money on it. I think I only made like $3, but it was a good trade in the sense that I was following. Yeah, here it was. I went long around about here, 3 legs up. I really wanted to make $100 above the moving average, and I saw how we were trading around the moving average, and we were not getting any higher. And I remember saying to myself at the time, we've already made 3 legs, dude, we're going to retrace. And I said, okay, because of this, first reversal was minor, but really we want to test this area, maybe we'll come back up. And it just never happened. So it was just chopping around, and when we printed this, came out and then printed again, I just got out for just break even $3, which would just cover the cost of the contracts. This morning, as you can see, we had the double bottom here, and that started this nice breakout, 3 pushes up, and then we have this. In fact, I even talk about that for today. I took a short here, very, very small position, and I took it just as this bar was about to close, and took it down here. Did I get this far? I can't remember how far we got, but I think we got, just through the moving average. Now we're in a bull trend bouncing off the 20, so chances are we're going to bounce again. So I didn't want to take the chance of us going, of not going through here, so I decided to play this to exit here. I think I made like $26. I'll have a look again. Alright, so my first trade today was, I think it was PTON was my first trade. I took PTON at this double top. I got in with 2 contracts, one here, and then, one in here, and then when it went up, got the second contract here. My stop was high of day, and then just kind of held, and then this bar came down. We were up about 110 or so, but I was just so convinced we would go down that I didn't take any profits. And then this bar came up, and I got here and I got out. I think I only made like, I can't remember how much we made on that one. $29. No, not 29. $53. Yeah, it wasn't a good trade. That was why I wasn't happy with it. I thought that was poor of me. Because one of the things that I'm trying to work on is, once you reach your target of whatever your target is, I think I was risking 100, so I was thinking maybe we can make it 200. If you reached 100 here, take off half off, and then see what happens. Maybe make 150 if you don't like what you're seeing. And so that kind of wasn't what I wanted, so I let it go. Then the next one, which was really good, was AFRM. So I looked at so on the higher time frame, as you can see, we have this big wedge, and then we have this, and we have a bigger wedge. So this is like a big double top. We're in a trading range for this big double top. This wedge come down, pull back, and I've realized we're having another double top, all-time high, which is why I marked here. I saw in pre-market we weren't breaking that. I also noticed that we were trading above the 2060 So I said, well, I drew this trend line here just in case if we don't break this, we're probably going to test the bottom and probably break it. And if we break this, we'll probably go short. So at the open, went down, tested this line, broke it. At this point, I went short, got in with one contract, got in with a second one, took it short. It was kind of going sideways for a bit. At this point, PTON was actually doing well, and I thought, oh, this isn't going to do well. But then I noticed that we're being held by the 2060 on without pre-market. And then we had this really nice drop. Got down here, didn't get out. I was like, ugh, saw this retracement. I remember saying to myself, well, first reversal is always going to be minor, even though this is a very strong bar. It's probably at a very strong resistance or support, and I notice we have a very, very nice support area over here where price is just kind of taking off from here. You know, if you think about it, it's a spike, pullback, and channel. So I essentially just thought, okay, let's see what happens. We're up big, we're up good. I think we're up about 320 something at this point. So let's just see what was happening. I was watching the 2-minute chart just to kind of get a good sense of what was going on. Saw this, and then I think I switched it. Did I ever look at the 1 minute? I do not remember. Sometimes I do, just to kind of get a sense of what's going on. Breakout, consolidation, breakout, pullback. Yeah, this is a pullback, breakout, pullback. This is a 1, 2, so it's third. So chances are we would have that. So we pulled back again. I wasn't looking at the 1 minute at all for that. I think I stuck to the 2 minute. And on the 2 minute, I noticed we were coming up. I charted at the time. I said, if we are having a bear trend from the open, this would be a pullback because we don't have any pullbacks on the 5 minute. So this would be a pullback. Then we'll carry on lower, and this could be a really, really strong trend. Then I noticed we broke this. We didn't even have a second leg up. So I thought, this does not look like we're gonna pull back per se. And in fact, this is the wedge here. So it looks like we may be going down a bit. So I put my exit round about here and got my wins for the day. As you can see, we have a wedge and it's gone up again. I didn't want to play this long. I did see the opportunity to go long on this, but I just didn't think it was a good idea to go long on a very strong bear candle here. So I didn't go long there. Did we? And then look, we got here and then we had a nice retracement. I missed that. I went short one with one tiny contract. Got here, went up, came down, and then when it got back up, I just got out. I had a phone call, and that was the same time when the ES, the ES. Did I just? Oh no! Oh, there it is. The ES broke out, and today we only made $25. 50 or 100 was my target. What we did was I got in short round about here. Then I noticed this wedge. And I thought, oh well, I'll just remain short because this is so much selling. Let's see how we go. And then I had my exit here by mistake. It was down here at first, and it was over here. And then this counter just whipped down and took my exit, and I had like 22.50. I thought, okay, fine. Then we just pulled back because over here is an area of agreement, like a demand area. I wasn't sure I was going to get in. I waited. This is also off the 2060 here, so we're still in our bull trend, even though, yes, this is a parabolic wedge top. You know, this would have been a nice short if I thought of. Now I look at it, I'm thinking, yeah, this is a good short. Then I went long here for a bit, made like $2 something and nothing. And then just, okay, I'll wait. When I saw this overshoot, and I thought, okay, this is a good long, then I had a phone call. And I thought, oh man, I really want to go long, but I have to take this call. And then this candle just shot up, and I thought, oh, this would have been another 20, 25 bucks. Would have reached the $50 target. And as you can see, we're still going up. The thing today, though, is I'm going to stop trading the futures. I'm just going to watch it. I don't really feel very confident. And it's funny, I'm reading a book about confidence and competence. And really with trading, it shouldn't be about confidence because it's not about effort. It's really probability. And I need to remind myself that it's really about probability. I think we may get a double top here, and if it is about probability, it's not about effort. It's really just you just doing what following the chart. And I think that's one of the things I want to talk about in terms of my trading, and how, because it's not about effort and it's all about probability. That trade that I took here, that I got out of because of I had a big candle like this, was really a question of maybe I should not have taken the trade in the first place. I mean, I did enter with very small size. The risk was only about 50 here, but I wasn't ready to wait on my stop. I didn't like what was going on, and I exited. Um, I don't know whether trading should be about that at all, or whether it's what it should be, or whatever. Have I talked about every? Did I talk about how I went? Yeah, I did. Yeah, for instance, look at this. This is a good short. Yeah, and it's a double top, lower high, major trend reversal. But the only thing is the 20 is the only thing holding me from taking it. But anyway, yeah. So it's always a question of that. Are you, you know, is it about probability? Is it one of these things? So what I do want to do today, I mean, I don't really have the time to, because I'm going to take a break. But what I want to do is just look for setups throughout today on the ES, as it's printing. I'm not going to take any trades. I probably could do simulation, but really this is all just because I want to get a better idea, um, and good sense of what what exactly I am doing, and what is happening, and how I make decisions. Um, this is obviously very difficult to go long on. You could go long here, but there isn't any trigger. This is the only trigger here. You pull back. This is a good trigger to go long. There aren't any long triggers here, only this. So this was a good one for a long. For a short, this was a good trigger to go short, maybe below this or below this. Um, and then just holding to see what happens. Trading should really just be, you're just placing bets on what happens and see what happens, whether it's going to hit your stop first or hit your target first. And really that's what it's supposed to be about. It's not about, it's like throwing dice. You just have to not so much hope, but just see how it goes. But believe that your edge is good enough, and your edge will prevail in the long run. So, yeah, looking at this is a bull trend here. This is a lower high. Chances are we're probably going to go a bit higher. It's a bit weak, this bull trend. It's the only reason why I went short here. Once I saw we had bear bars in this bull trend, I realized that we probably will have a retracement. So going short was not a bad idea. This, on the other hand, I think, as I said, we have support, but I'm almost convinced we're going to break this, but I'm not going to trade it. SQ went down, and I did think about the fact that this may go down today. Only reason being, why I thought so was because we held this. We opened and we broke this demand area. I wasn't really bothered about breaking it. And then just looking at that retracement down, so one push, pull back. Now I was questioning whether this was a second. This could be the second. And I thought this was the first, but it looks like this is the first pullback. I don't know if this is a second. Maybe it's a second pullback, and this is a third. In which case, we'll probably have a rally soon. But it's never clear, right? So there were others like Airbnb that really rallied strong today. I wasn't convinced in a long on Airbnb, because I don't want to say a short bias, but I just kind of looked at the daily chart, and it seemed to have a massive double top. Let's go on to the daily. On the daily, yeah, we had this massive double top. We wedged down, two pushes. I thought we were going to get a third push down, and I think we may still get that third push. I know everyone kind of took this breakout, but I wasn't convinced by it, so I did not want to take it. And then it was a big, massive breakout from the open. I'm always very wary with massive breakouts from the open like that. Although I did take AFRM, but this kind of was the opposite, I guess. But then look at this retracement; it's so nasty. So I don't know. These are the things that I'm never really sure about. I like this, especially when you get some of this, and then that. What I do want to learn how to do is obviously trade trends. Training ranges are easier. This looked like it was going down. I almost was convincing myself that, oh, we have a triangle, so therefore we are finally going down. But you can't trade like that. You can't say what the market is going to do. You can only just trade what you see. So whilst you do have this bear bar closing on its low in a triangle, 1, 2, 3, then you can't say, oh, it's going down to wherever. You can only just play what you see. If you see a bull bar and you're not happy with it, you just get out. And really, you should have, because you had a spike and channel, because you had pullbacks in here on smaller time frames. So yeah, this was you most likely were going to get a reversal. Another spike and pullback, 3 pushes, and then the same thing. So yeah, that was it. The final thing I'll say today, in terms of how I will assess my my emotional state, because I'm currently reading a book. What's the title of the book now? I'm currently reading a book. Talks about the mindset of trading. Just trying to get a link to it. I can't find it, but and in this book, it's actually, I think it's important I find this book. Let me just find it. Yeah, the mental game of trading. One of the things that it really talks about is this whole aspect of assessing your emotional state. Well, look at that. Assessing your emotional state, especially when you are trading, and really just asking yourself constantly how you are feeling emotionally, and in terms of how you're making your decisions. And it's been very useful because it's very easy to get very emotional when you are making trading decisions and lose focus and control in how you are trading. So recently that has become a thing, something I do not want to plague me. And yeah, today was pretty good emotionally, although I was very anxious. But I think I was anxious because, you know, there's a part of me that really wants this to work, but we've been on this journey for some time. We don't want to let the anxiety get to us. So I was very happy with my emotional state this morning, and then I was also happy with my entries, keeping to stops, and then just playing the plan. Yeah. All right. So I will leave it at that, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have a good day. I don't think I'm going to take any more trades on this. I'm just going to watch and see what's going to happen. We've pushed up 3 times now. If we get a nice reversal, that would be great. Yeah. And here we have a double top. So usually at this time of the day, stocks start to correlate with the ES. So if we have a sell-off here, we probably have a sell-off there. Probably looking for one here because we're back to the 20 MA. This is obviously going sideways. We're still in a bear trend. Yeah, let's see how it goes. All right, signing out.